Welcome back, friends. It's Nancy, and welcome to another day of Harvest of Memories. And I just wanted to review the project from yesterday. We did oaks and acorns. So I have a little tuck spot here with a journal card, a little tuck spot here and some fussy cutting. Little collage at the top of this postcard, and this is the back of this signature. I'm tempted to do another 2-page spread here, so it might be best if I remove the guts there. Okay. So today I want to talk about books. And I did a little bit of research, except I can't find my page now. Oh, there it is. October is National Book Month, Canadian Library Month, and Reading Group Month. And I love books. Always have since I was little. My sisters are quite a bit older than me, and they taught me how to read when I was very young, like 2, 3. I found this book on my shelf yesterday, and there's actually an image in here that I want to use. There it is. I'm just going to cut the strings there. There's actually a lot of really good images in here. So I've always got a book going, and I like to swap books with friends. And recently I've been making recommendations to my new daughter-in-law. The first one she really enjoyed. I hope she likes the second one as much. Because I didn't think that we had the same sort of tastes in books. But that's always a nice thing to bond over. I haven't been reading this week. After coming back to work after all the wedding stuff, I'm ready to fall into bed when the day is done. Just gonna switch this up. I love that too. All those old covers. So I'm just going to cut a border around the image. We used to go to the library every week when I was a kid. And my favorite books were anything old Beverly Cleary, like before the Ramona books. I don't think those were around when I was little. Laura Ingalls Wilder, of course. Big fan, because I think I was about 5-ish when the TV show came out. We need a piece of paper. Let's find a piece of paper. All right, this is going a little different than I thought it would. I found this page from an old Smash book. I'm not sure. Maybe I will be able to do just a single page. What I thought was maybe trim down the margin just a little, and then I can maybe put little, not slots, but little tuck spots, maybe? Maybe I could even use that shelf of books and use each shelf as a pocket. Hey, now we're talking. And then as I read titles this month, I can make a little tag to stick into each shelf to put the title and the author, and maybe a little what do you call it? Review. There's the word. Okay, that's what I'm going to do. What a perfect orange. So I am going to cut down the margins just a bit, ink it up, glue it down. I decided to write a little phrase here that I have got from the book. So I penciled it out first, and then I'll go over with my Tri Plus fine liner. I'm going to move this down just a smidge. And of course, Lucy Maud Montgomery. Big fan. I also liked the Paddington Bear books when I was a kid. Those, I don't know if I even see them anymore, but they were chapter books. Okay. Might have to sew this, so I'll just do a little glue. Let's go to the sewing machine. got my little bookshelves cut out, used a knife in some cases, but I need to make some space. Some gussets in order to tuck the books underneath. So I'm just cutting off some ends of an envelope because it's already folded. Get a scrap of paper just in case we need it. And we will. And just going to ink a little bit. So, I looked up some fun facts. Did you know that the oldest known library dates back to the 7th century BC in Assyria? And that the idea of having a cozy place to read affected Victorian architecture. Houses started to include window seats where people could curl up with a good book. And I don't have any science about this, but the simple act of reading in a dedicated nook is shown to reduce stress and encourage mindfulness. I haven't seen the evidence, but that's nice to think about. So some ideas that you might want to use for your library book reading nook page. You could make bookshelves like this and make little books and put quotes about reading in books. Okay. And I'd like to suggest a prompt or a reflection for today's theme. What book or story has left a mark on you? I'm going to put these little shelves here, and And this is some scraps from the cover of an old scrapbook, but it has sort of this marbled finish, and I thought, oh, these would make nice tags. So I backed them up with some book page, because this is kind of brittle. I guess I can throw all these out. And I'll punch out, either using a punch or a die. I'll make a bunch of little tags. So let's come back to that. Okay. So I punched out some tags using this Recollections from Michael's, I believe, tag punch. And I just want to make sure you are understand what I'm laying down here about the gussets. So if I laid this flat without the gussets, it would be difficult to get anything under there. But because there's a gusset, there's a little space where tags can go in. And I cut them a little wider than I'm actually going to use, because it's just easier for my hands to manage. So once I get them glued on to the pockety part, then I can go in and cut off the flappity part that I'm putting on right now. I also drew some lines so that I could get the shelves on straight and cope. This is the green one. I also went through my stash of library pockets and cards. Some are brand new, some are used, and as a coincidence, I found a Paddington Bear pocket that came out of a book. It's French, but it's still Paddington. So let's give Paddington a little bit of ink. Where's your ink, Paddington? I'm just going to tuck a little piece of paper in there so I can do the edge of the library pocket. There's lots of templates online to make a library pocket, and I also have a video of how I make library pockets from a long time ago. I will try to link that if I can find it. And then I'm not going to bore you with inking all these things, but just demonstrate one. That's perfect. Erase those extra pencil lines. I think I'm going to glue this not in the center, but down a little lower. And I've also found, excuse me, some cards. I will put in the red one. This one's talking about Christmas. I'm going to cut Christmas off. Or I could just turn it in backwards, like that, so I don't lose anything. That's a good idea. Okay, I'm going to finish the tags and then glue it in place. I could have turned this into a pocket, but honestly, the signature is getting pretty chunky. But I just wanted to mention that because it certainly is an option. I put the ruler there to make sure it went on straight. All right, and I punched a tab using this, and I was thinking about how I could maybe add that. Let's do it. Love it. Okay, so that is today's project. I hope you thought this was kind of fun and it's got you thinking about ideas for your own junk journal, about books. And if you do create your own reading spread, share it with me by using the hashtag Harvest of Memories. I'd love to see how you bring your reading sanctuary to life in your journal. And don't forget to subscribe to Wishes and Weeds, and tomorrow we will explore another beautiful autumn theme. Take care. We'll talk to you again soon. Bye-bye.